Hey guys, is there a national real estate market? When you hear the national news and they say prices are up this much or inventory is up by this much, they're just taking an amalgamation of all the markets across the country, putting them into a big pot and saying this is what's happening. That's really not true. What happens is real estate, like politics, is local. So here's the reality. The reality is that every market across the country is a little bit different. And when we take a look at the kind of macro market, the big picture, we can break it into four key regions. There's the West, there's the South, there's the Midwest, and then there's the Northeast. And when we talk about these four kind of major areas, we can see some real differences right now in our current market conditions. You see, right now across the country, there's 500,000 more sellers than there are buyers. So you might say, well, that means that, definitely we're starting to have a market transition. But it may not feel like that in your market. And you might say, Jim, that's not true in my market, and here's why. Because when we look at these and you dive deeper, you can see that in the Midwest and the Northeast, we still have more buyers than we do sellers. So there, buyers are like, hey, there's not enough inventory for me. Sellers still have some pricing power because there's not a lot of inventory. And so it still feels like, man, we wish we had more listings to sell. But when we get over to the South and the West, where I live, you're going to see that there's a lot more supply than there is buyers. In fact, I have a house in Las Vegas, number one in the country for the number of increase in listings, 77% more houses online right now for sale than there was a year ago at the same time. So massive, massive increase in inventory. And that's true in a lot of places in the South and the West. So in those markets, sellers are having to reduce prices, offer concessions. Buyers are feeling a lot more power. And they're saying, hey, we're going to negotiate harder. We're going to ask for things. So, all markets are unique. So this is one where say, hey, you don't buy the market. You buy a specific house within the market. And every market's a little bit different.